I'm from a West Indian background.
No,
okay.
really?
Really?
Yeah.
Good for me.
Oh my God! No, you're not. You're British.
No, from a West Indian background.
This is my point.
No.
This is
I'm
my point.
from a West Indian background.
That's your back.
Okay.
Yes, but
okay. No, listen.
Yeah, but
I was born in London.
okay.
Okay. I grew up in London. Okay. And never been to the West Indies. Okay. So I am in effect British. Okay.
Right.
Now my mother didn't bring me over here and say, okay, well, and a lot of other West Indians didn't come over and say, well, this is our culture. This is what we do. Forget what everyone else does. We came to England for a better life, yeah, and we assimilated to the English culture. Okay, for better or for worse, we came over to England and assimilated to that culture, and that's what we accepted, yeah. And if you go over to the UK, the second, third generation West Indians, fourth generation West Indians are there who came over after the war, yeah, are as British as anybody else. As British, because we came to that country. If we go back to the West Indies, as various members of my family have, they will call you English, because you are not West Indian. Okay, you weren't born there. You weren't. So when people say, "Well, okay, this is my culture," okay, that's a certain part of your cultural identity, and you will never lose that, and that will always be there. Okay, but if you can't take the good and the bad, you can't say, "Well, I came from this country, and you weren't allowed to do that. You weren't allowed to do that. But you could do this, this, and this." I come to your country, I can do everything, and what I will do is I will take this, I'll take that from home, and say, "This is how we live." Yeah, but I'll enjoy all the other bits that it has to offer. Freedom has to offer. Either you accept freedom and everything it has with it, or you stick where you are. Yeah, okay. And the multiculturalism thing, for me, the reason why it doesn't always work is because people will pick and choose. I'll have a bit of that, and a bit of that, but I won't have that. And I will live in my own community. Yeah, it doesn't matter what colour you are, what culture, religion you are. If you come to Australia, you've got to accept Australia as it is. For better or for worse, yeah. Okay, you bring your food.
But let me hold on 1 minute, a second. I agree totally with you there. If you come to Australia, that's it. But for better or for worse. But that doesn't mean that. Yes, you can still get together, go out with the Asians, go out with the Muslims. You know, you can still be friends. You can go out to parties with them and that.
Well, so that you go out with the Italians, you go out with the French.
The
but
Greeks,
what you do is,
anyone.
What you do is. Their culture is their food and their history, and you share in that, and you get to enjoy and embrace the fantastic foods that they have and
But one
and
thing
the
I
stories.
agree. But one thing I agree is that no one has a right to say, "Hey, listen, we don't want your culture here. We don't want your customs here."
No. That's
No. We want to get that point right. We're talking about people going out and socializing and making friends and going out. It's not that we're saying, or I'm saying, that you can't bring your culture or you can't bring your custom. You got to leave it behind.
You bring it with you, but you
bring it with you.
Educate people to that culture.
If you educate
people.
But you know,
people sit on the outside.
But this is where the biggest problem is. Okay, my issue, coming around what you guys are talking about, is the fact that when people come over here, they automatically say to their kids, "This is who you are, this is how you're growing up, and this is what you're going to be. Don't take on any of this Australian cultural thing. Don't take on any of this American cultural thing. You are Afghanistani, or Afghani, sorry. You're Sri Lankan.
You've accepted
you're
everything.
African.
It's the 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm partying, and the party's just starting.
This is my point, right? The reason people throw their culture away and go rebel and go to the extreme of taking on the culture of where they've gone is because the parents put too much restriction on them and therefore don't allow them to enjoy the best of both worlds. I don't think we should discount who we are and where we come from, our heritage,
but
where
none
we
of
come
us have
from.
said that. None of us have said that.
But what I'm saying is, I think that's the problem that parents are creating, is by forcing their children to be a specific
to
way.
make a choice.
Yeah, well, telling them to be a specific way
Sorry,
is
I've got to
saying,
laugh. Is that where you went last night?
Yeah.
He's got something on his wrist
There's
because he's really accepting the party life.
Well, you know, That's part of my culture. So, you know, I think, you know, that's causing the problem. Is that because these people, parents and or people from different cultures, they're sticking to their own communities. They're forcing their kids to just live that particular type of lifestyle and not bringing in people from the Australian lifestyle, Australian cultures, and helping them understand what their culture is, and at the same time allowing their kids to, you know, enjoy the best of what the Australian culture has to have. Offer, sorry. I mean, I think, you know, we're not saying when you come to a country, whether Australia, America, UK, it doesn't matter. When you come to this country, you know, I don't think we should say, well, forget where you came from. This is where you are. This is what you have to be.
We've never said that. We've never said that.
Exactly. We never said that.
I'm not saying you did. I'm saying that people out there, that's what they say, but we don't say that.
What would you do without your local Thai restaurant to find them fantastic flavours, which would then make you go over to Thailand and see the country and find out everything else? It is all fantastic, yeah?
Of course. Yeah.
And it's great,
but you got to make it the best of both worlds. I think you got to hold on to your culture, but accept that Australia has.
I think we're in agreement.
Australia has something
the same hymn sheet.
There we go. Looks like we've run out of time, fellas.
Guys, do you want a quick wrap up on this?
Okay.
This will go on with everyone else.
Yeah, but final point.
Final point is.
Well, actually, you know, yeah, final point. You go.
I'm all for it. I mean, multiculturalism is the way to go, but everybody's got to relax a bit. When you come into the country, bring your culture and customs with you, but also make some time to mix with the other races and enjoy and learn a bit about them and exchange your cultures. You've got to exchange or educate, not exchange, educate what your culture is and what my culture is, so we have a better understanding of where you've come from and why you feel this way or why you're for or against in any reasoning that we might have. I'm all for it.
Myself personally, I think what people from other countries, when they come here, they've got to realize that they're not going to lose their identity. They're not going to lose who they are by trying to assimilate into Australian society, by taking on Australian, cultural aspects. You know, you can have the best of both worlds and still be, you know, who you are. And I think that's really the important thing, you know.
I think for me, I'll wrap it up. I just think multiculturalism is like a fantastic dish. And every culture that comes in adds something beautiful to that dish, which makes it the best dish you'll ever taste.